Jimmy Garoppolo, Jim Jam Jimbo, Jimmy Neutron reference. Jimmy G, as he's better known as, is the Rams' backup quarterback. He signed with the Los Angeles Rams this past offseason to be the backup behind quarterback Matthew Stafford, signing a one-year deal. Not a lot of people are paying attention to Jimmy Garoppolo, but I do think this article on ESPN.com, written by Sarah Barshop, it was an interesting read. And I thought, you know what, let's make a video about this. Here, I'm going to read parts of the article, react to it, give my thoughts and opinion, and I want to hear yours, of course. Hello, Ramley and other NFL family. I'm your host, Peo Tam. You're a Canadian Rams fan, and I love talking football with all of you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on the road to 4K. Article, Rams Jimmy Garoppolo thriving at QB2. And Sarah goes on to say, on the morning, she doesn't sound like that. On the morning the Rams hosted the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 12, backup Jimmy Garoppolo was getting breakfast at the team hotel when Rams senior offensive assistant Jerry, I mess up this last name all the time, Sklabinski, I got it, I think, checked in. The two have history, with Glubinski serving as the mentor to Garoppolo since he was a rookie with the Patriots. I'm going to skip forward a little bit here. But Garoppolo said, he's one of the main reasons I'm still in the league, to be completely honest. So the two have a camaraderie of sorts. But Sarah goes on to write, the 33-year-old quarterback, so again, not that old for a quarterback, who was a free agent after being benched by the Raiders in 2023 and then released during the offseason, signed a one-year deal with the Rams in March to back up starting quarterback Matthew Stafford. Signing in Los Angeles was a reset for Garoppolo. After serving a 2-game suspension for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substance policy because he messed up, again, not too much of a story there. I remember that being a thing, but the therapeutic use exemptions when he first got to Las Vegas, Garoppolo has served the Rams well. Yeah, from what we know of what we've seen of him, I'd agree with that. We kind of talked about the reset thing, he said. It's probably what I kind of needed to take a deep breath, to learn a new system, to be in a new place, a new culture, and all that stuff. Skolimski said, and he just seems like he's in a good place. He's at ease. He's enjoying his time, and he's really putting in the work. So I'm going to continue here, but just to think about this. So we're talking about Jimmy G. He signed a one-year deal, and I know a lot of people are talking about like Sam Darnold reviving his career on a one-year deal. Baker Mayfield revived his career on a one-year deal. Jimmy is a little older than those guys. However, like Jimmy's played in a Super Bowl. He's been to multiple playoff games. Is it crazy for him to think he's got some good football left in him? I don't think so. But anyway, I'll continue. Garoppolo chose Los Angeles because he saw a great opportunity to be coached by Sean McVay. Oh, I like that. Now, nearing the end of the season, Garoppolo said he's very happy with the decision. Well, that's always good to hear. The Rams are happy too. This past offseason, the team homed in on signing a capable backup quarterback after seeing the importance last season when Stafford injured. You know what? We don't need to talk about that. But yeah, they had Brett Rippon. That was a disaster. Then they signed Carson Wentz. Wentz served as Stafford's backup last season, and he went to the Chiefs. Now the Rams are fortunate that Stafford hasn't missed an offensive snap this season. Praise the Lord. Awesome. Love that. They benefited from having Garoppolo on the team. And I think he gives us a phenomenal look where he really challenges our defense, McVay said about Garoppolo's work as the scout team's quarterback. I think he's been a key factor. And so then it kind of divides up the article here, but he goes to talk on about Garoppolo's time running the scout team when he came into the league with New England, and he was the backup to Tom Brady, things like that. But then the interesting part of this story kind of goes, and thanks for sticking with me, guys. Jimmy says, I saw an opportunity. Okay, I could lead these guys a little bit, Show them how this is supposed to be done, Garoppolo said, and these guys have done a really good job. We've got a young team, but they're coming along. Garoppolo said he has seen improvement of the defense this season, saying that the young line has come a long way. And I would agree with that. Absolutely, I agree with that. From week 1 to now, they've come a long way. And he said, I remember at the beginning of the season, I wasn't getting that much pressure. Garoppolo said, this is him running the scout team. Towards the end, they've been picking it up a little bit. Really, like I said, it's a young team, but these guys are learning so quickly, and guys that are in critical spots, they step up at the big moments, and I think it's going to keep happening. So again, he's commenting on the D-line, and so his job as the backup quarterback is to run the scout team against the defense when they're doing, kind of their defensive practices. So, I appreciate hearing that insight. And they talk about the benefit of having Jimmy as a veteran quarterback running the scout team. They ask him to kind of mimic things like that. But the part I'm going to get onto here, Quentin Lake talks about it. Again, I'll link to the articles in the description below. Go read it. It's a good read. It's kind of a long one here. But when asked about his future, I want to okay, yeah, sorry, it's all the way down here. Going down here. Yes. Garoppolo signed a 1-year deal with the Rams as part of his reset, but said he's learned a lot in the NFL that it doesn't help to look ahead. McVay has sung Garoppolo's praises, saying, I love working with Jimmy. I'm grateful to be here with him right now, and obviously we love Matthew doing his thing, leading our team. That's typical McVay speak. And then, so when Garoppolo was asked, would you like to continue, or sorry, when McVay was asked, would you like to continue to work with Garoppolo? Yeah, of course. I definitely would say that, McVay said. I'm enjoying working with him right now, maximizing those opportunities, and then we'll have a little bit of a little bit of clarity as we get through this. So, and Skalimski admits his bias. The coach, who was also on the Raiders coaching staff while Garoppolo was injured and benched in 2023, says he thinks Garoppolo certainly can be a starting quarterback again. When asked whether his goal is to start next year, Garoppolo said it is. I've been in this game long enough that you really can't set too many expectations, but the work works, like Sean McVay says, and you just stay the course, and things will work out. Interesting, folks. Very interesting. So again, this article, it's a longer one. Link to it in the description below. Check it out. My thoughts on this is, so Jimmy G is looking for an opportunity to be a starting quarterback again. I think that's totally normal. I don't think you could survive very long in the league if you weren't looking for those opportunities. I don't know if he's going to get it. I think that he'll get an opportunity to be a backup quarterback, whether that's with the Rams or somewhere else. But yeah, I think he's done well in the backup position. From what we've heard about Matthew Stafford and other teammates, they really like Jimmy. I'll admit, when they signed him, it took me a while to get used to seeing him in a Rams uniform, just because I was so used to him in a 49ers uniform. But no, I think having a veteran backup quarterback has been a good thing for this team, and I'm thankful that Jimmy G is here. The question that I think it comes to my mind, and this is so hypothetical. I am a firm believer Matthew Stafford is going to play at least one more season after this, in my own personal opinion and speculation. But if he were to retire and the Rams aren't in a position to draft a quarterback, is Jimmy G a viable option for being the starting quarterback, even if it's in a bridge quarterback situation? I don't think it's crazy. I think there's definitely a possibility of that happening. And I know some Ram fans don't want to hear that, but if Stafford retired and the Rams aren't in a position to draft, then the quarterbacks on their roster is Stetson Bennett or Jimmy Garoppolo. And from what we've seen of Stetson Bennett, unless he takes a leap forward, I could see a scenario where Jimmy G, gets an opportunity with the Rams. If McVay likes you, there's a chance he wants to keep working with you. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This video is longer than I thought it was going to be, but thanks for hanging out with me. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff on the road to 4K. And let me know your thoughts on Jimmy Garoppolo. Do you think that he'll have an opportunity with the Rams, or do you think it's possible that he'll be, going somewhere else that he could possibly get a chance to start? As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Woo!
Thank you very much.